Hurricane Hilary, one of the biggest baloney of fake news ever put on the media. If you guys know that they knew how bad this was going to be, and they knew that it wasn't going to be that bad, and they sold everybody on going to the store and buying all this crap and preparing for the worst. I mean, come on. Oh, there's a couple of leaves on the ground. Oh, look at that, a branch. Now, look, I'm not telling you never to listen to the media, but always research everything that they say. Another branch, oh my God. I think we all should know that when hurricanes hit colder water, and if you look at enough media and stuff like that and watch this stuff, you'll learn. It hits colder water and it dies out. So was this ever going to be a Category 3 that hit California? The chances of that would be so ridiculously low. I would say it's almost improbable for that to even happen. If you're a meteorologist, leave comments below. Also, you guys who are watching the video, leave some comments, like the video, and let me know what you think. Really want to see your thoughts on some of this stuff. So what happened 2 days before this thing came in? People bought all kinds of stuff. They were Home Depot buying generators and all this other stuff, which, we could have lost power. Something like that could have happened from the rain, which you'd have from any rainstorm. Really, winter storms I've seen winter storms that came through here that were much stronger than this. And they didn't get like all this media coverage and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, another branch. Wow, this one broke down low. I've had much worse from normal winds that we have. I think we hit about 40 miles an hour. And when you watch the news and stuff like that, you watch these storms coming in, listen to what the people say, not what they're sensationalizing. What I do is I listen to them. They said they were talking all in this uproar. Oh, there's going to be 40 mile an hour winds, sustained 40. Come on. We get gusts of up to 80 miles an hour where I live. A 40-mile sustained wind is nothing. And they sit there and made this into this big hullabaloo. People were buying weeks worth of food, like it's Florida. Honestly, in Florida, yeah, you better do that. They got 80-degree water. Here in California, we have 73-degree water. As soon as it hits that, the storm can't sustain. And you do your research and you find these things out on your own and you listen to the media and you kind of go, okay, let me look into this myself and then figure out what you really think we should interpret it as. Because obviously the so-called experts were totally wrong. Do you really think that they didn't know? I was listening to the meteorologist. Oh, well, we didn't expect this. And you went to school? Here I am, no expert. Look at this stuff, and I forecasted exactly what happened with this storm. Not much. And I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just telling you what I do. I look at this stuff that they say, take it as a grain of salt, research it myself, and figure out what I think is really going to happen. And this was here weeks ago. I haven't been out here to clean up because it's been too hot. I sort of let stuff go until spring, then I go out and do fall, and then I do it when it's a little cooler. Work smart, not hard. So what I do is, like I said, I listen to the media, I do my research, I look into what I think it will be, and that's what I consider news. The problem is most of society just doesn't read. They watch these people like they're gods, and really, you shouldn't do that with anything. Now, I did have some wind come through here. I have this every time it rains. It tears off some of this foam. It's pretty old. I think I'm gonna have to get some new stuff. But, did I expect this kind of thing? Sure. Unfortunately, it was kind of dark. Otherwise, I'd film the blowing winds, which, like I said, we've had 80-mile-an-hour winds be here before. without a hurricane. So I really didn't see the point in doing that. I saw these trees blowing pretty good, you know, for a little while. It was not a real big thing. But again, you know, the media had everybody spending money at the stores, probably when they didn't have the money to spend. You tell me, was this an order by the governor to, you know, go ahead and, you know, hype this thing up, you know? Obviously, they filed it as an emergency before the hurricane even hit land, before it even hit Mexico. And, you know, yeah, of course, down there, yeah, good chance that they were going to get hit. I was thinking that they were going to get a pretty bad situation, especially when you don't have good rain gutters already and you have all that rain all at once. It's going to cause some problems. You know, all it is common sense, really. You just read the stuff, look for think about common sense. What makes sense to you probably is what's going to happen. If you know, use logic, look at the whole thing, do your research, read, which again, what most people don't do, they don't read. They don't even read signs. Let's hear your thoughts on that, guys. I'd like to hear what you have to say. So let's talk about some of the stuff that was happening during this that they filmed and you guys are seeing on some of these videos that you see out there during the storm. They're showing storm drains that were plugged and there was water backed up. The reason that happened is because we haven't had rain in a few months and all the trash and stuff like that blows into these storm drains. So if our first rain of the year is really heavy, the storm drains are going to plug up. This is normal. This happens if we have a heavy rainstorm, the first one. Usually we don't, and it usually kind of gives them a little warning sign so they can go out and clean them out, so we don't get so much of that. So yeah, we did have some storm drains that were plugged up for that reason. Trash, homeless, all that stuff, you know, fills up those storm drains, and then they, you know, their blankets and stuff like that you guys give them. Unfortunately, they end up leaving a lot of those things on the side of the road. They're just out of it, whatever, and they just leave them there, and they end up in a storm drain, plug it up, and that's what we were seeing happening. The places in Palm Springs, okay, those areas are flood reservoirs. If there's heavy rain, typically they fill up. Those are normal things that happen here. It wasn't like some crazy, you know, thing. Yeah, we had some road erosion because some of the hillsides where they had fires, there was a lot of water runoff because there was no foliage for the water to kind of water. So those things kind of did that. You get some road erosion in a couple places. Honestly, everything that happened from this emergency was kind of like a winter storm, which we have, you know, 5, 6, 7 of them a year. It just really was blown out of proportion. You know, if you notice, Governor Newsom declared an emergency before we ever even saw the storm. So he was just trying to get money. So think about that. Your thoughts on this, guys. Put your thoughts down. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just full of crap, you know, but honestly, I think it's all, these people are all in bed together. Our media and Democratic government are out to, you know, do this kind of thing to get your money, because, you know, Home Depot, all these stores, all pay taxes on all that money that they get in when you buy all this stuff for a big problem like this, you know, or whatever. You went to Sam's Club or whatever. I saw tons of people every store buying months worth of groceries. It's just like, and all that stuff's going to get wasted, and they're making tax dollars on all that. So anyway, that's what they want. It's really what they want, guys. You know, if you think that they're really trying to help you, the Democratic government, you need to think again and read into this stuff and realize that they're just trying to get money. All they care about is money. All the other stuff that they do is, you know, talking about the homeless, and they're going to help all these people and help the middle class. And all. They don't care a inch about any of that. All they want is tax money so they can make a bigger government so they can control you. That's really what they're after. That's all they're after. So you can think they're good people or whatever. They're not. All right. Talk to you next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.